Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the E20 Zone TV. And I've just watched Palace 2, West Ham 3 in a game that first 45 minutes was a masterclass. Second 45 minutes was absolutely shite. That's the Jackal and Hyde of West Ham United Football Club right there. Comfortable, cruising, and then just go and just like make us have heart attacks for the next sort of few minutes. Got Jazza in the chat, and never in doubt was it, James? Could never say that when it comes to West Ham. But let's start off from the beginning. We come out and we started slow again. And Palace hit the post in the first 10 minutes. They had a chance through Jeffrey Schlupp, I think it is. Banged it off the post. He was poor in the first 20 minutes. He really was up until the goal. Then they had another chance in the in the first half, sorry. And they was all over us, Palace, in the first 20 minutes. Couldn't even get out, couldn't do nothing. But a little bit of magic from Saeed Benrahma, mate. What a beautiful ball that was straight into Antonio. And when Antonio is in the middle of the goal, he's very, very good. He drifts left and right and wants to have shots from outside the box and all that. He's not very good. And the simple fact, it's a good ball in from Benny. And the ball comes in and Antonio puts it away. A really good finish, in my opinion. Also, before that goal went in, we did have one chance where their goalkeeper made a double save, but it was like it was good saves. But if he wouldn't have saved them, I think they would have gladly criticised the goalkeeper massively. But as I say, the goal goes in. Benrahma, good cross. Antonio 1-0, and then the jewel turns up. The jewel in the crown of West Ham United, Manuel Lanzini. What a goal. What a goal. Touch, awareness, physique, great finish. Bang. 2-0, 2 minutes later, and we're flying like a kite. We really are. We're buzzing. Palace just sort of run out of ideas towards the end of the half. They did hit the post in the 31st minute through Usman Edouard, a man who West Ham should have signed in the summer, so to speak. We didn't go and get him, and he hits the crossbar for them. Also, Fabianski makes a couple of really good saves in that first half from Benteke, a few of them from Benteke. And for me, I thought, right, it's only a matter of time before they score. Then we get a right stroke of luck just before half time, and we get a penalty. And when I first looked at it, I thought that is close to being a penalty. As soon as he goes over to the video monitor, anyone who watches football knows this. We're going to get the decision. And we're going at half time 3-0. And basically, I was in dreamland. I was thinking, lovely, 3-0 up. We can't give this away, surely. He takes Ben Johnson off at half time and brings Arthur, I can't defend Masuaku on. And Arthur, I can't defend, but I can get booked Masuaku. I'm sorry, he's not fucking good enough. He's not good enough. And why does he keep persisting with this player? We've played him 45 minutes. He's conceded 2 goals. And one of them is from his side. We come out in the second half, being 3-0 up, and I'm thinking, okay, fair enough. We're 3-0 up. First sort of 20 minutes in the second half, we was pressing. They had all the ball, crossing balls in, but we was dealing with it. And then on the 82nd minute, I think it was, they scored. Right, I can't remember what minute it actually was, but it was the 80th minute at some point. And I was thinking, I hope this ain't the Tottenham all over again from a couple of years ago, right? Poor defending from Vlasic. I will criticise Vlasic on that. He's miles away from his man, lets the man cross the ball in. Goal. Do you know what I mean? Usman Edouard, man who we should have signed. And then in the 90th minute, Issa Diop decides to be an absolute idiot, gives away a foul, and they score another one. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, what is actually going on here? Right, we are 3-0 up, we are comfortable, and we have allowed Palace to come back into this game from absolutely nowhere. And then we're hanging on for dear life at the end. We really are. I'm thinking, what is going on? Like, we're all over the place. Do you know what I mean? There's a few players that need to really be shipped out in this window. Do you know what I mean? Arthur Mazawaku is one of them. Issa Diop. I've tried with you, mate. I've tried. But you're just not going to cut it in the Prem. I'm sorry, but you're not. Like, you're ducking under balls, like Jazza says. Even Matt just says there, Diop classic self-destruction. It is. I can't remember who scored the goal for Palace to make it 3-2, but it was. I was more fuming at the way we've just allowed them back into this game where we was comfortable. We was really, really comfortable. At half time, it was a masterclass performance. Everything was going sweet. We hadn't played well in the first 20 minutes, but we got the goals. We got in front. We had a lead. But to go and nearly give it away at the end there, I hope Moyes is throwing teacups and boots at their heads, all of them. West Ham United says Elise. He was Michael Elise, from ex-Reading player, very, very good player. And he was he put the cross in right for the first goal. Thank you, West Ham Lions, for reminding me of that. But it's just madness. And do you know what? I was thinking, was the Watford game a bit of a fluke? Was it a bit of a fluke? Was it we caught Watford on a really, really good day? Watford hadn't trained, hadn't played for a long time, and we just turned up there where we was match sharp. We went in there, we rolled them out, and then we moved on. And in the first half, I thought, no, we must have just played really, really well because we're back on form. But that second half was absolutely embarrassing. Like, there was no game management. It was like there was no sort of intelligence to say, you know what, let's slow the game down. We're in cruise control here. Even when they scored the first one, I'm thinking, just slow the game down, boys. Go in the corner, run the game down, right? I see it the other day, Man City against Brentford, right? Brentford are in the game. Phil Foden gets picked spot and runs straight into the corner. Doesn't think about scoring. He just runs into the corner. I'm thinking, where is our in-game management here? Like, where is our people saying, come on, let's sort this out because we're starting to slip? But in the grand scheme of things, we've won the game. We have won the game, which is a good. Like, we needed that win. Big game. I actually put on Twitter earlier, I fancy the 3-2 win. And I fancy the same scoreline as last season. And that game exactly went the same as it did last season. If you remember last season's game, it was all over them with the post, with the crossbar, with everything. Souček scored, Antonio scored, and it was basically the same sort of scenario again. Do you know what I mean? We was 3-1 up, comfortable, and they score one right at the death. But we can't take away the fact that if that overhead kick from their striker goes in, I think, I'm sorry, but you see a completely different reaction from me. I would have been, it would have been X-rated, like verbal abuse for all of them. Craig Dawson, Issa Diop, and Arthur Mazawaku should not be in this team. I'm sorry. Listen, Craig Dawson done well last year, but he's at fault. Right, he needed to give away a back pass, right, because he's out of position. And thank God he got a touch on the ball, yeah, to sort of blag it. Otherwise, that's a goal. Do you know what I mean? Issa Diop, I've backed him up. I've tried to believe in him, right, and say, come on, like I believe in you, mate. Come on, like, you're 24 years old, but it was like something out of a Carry-On film, like Benny Hill or something. Like, they're all over the place. Like, they're looking at each other, saying, "Who's he's picking up?" There's no communication there, and then finally, Arthur Mazawaku, mate, I'm sorry, but that man comes on and like we can see 2 goals on his side. Get him out this club. I'm sorry, right? He's done his time at West Ham, right? He's not good enough anymore. Right? People keep saying about Yarmolenko. How about getting Mazawaku out, a left back who can't defend? That would be a good start. Moving on to the positives, Manuel Lanzini today was absolutely breathtaking. The jewel is back, and he, as the thumbnail says, the joy is sparkling at the Palace. And I actually done that thumbnail at half time thinking it would be a comfortable win. I didn't think for 1 second it would go the way it went in the second half. I thought it was excellent. I thought he was really, really good. I thought Antonio was good today at all. I thought he stayed centre of the goal. He was a nuisance. He occupied their centre halves. When Antonio doesn't drift left, right, and all over the gaff, he's a good player. When he does, he's a poor player. Simple as that. Sorry, Benrahma. I'm sorry, but what a ball that is. That's a world class ball there. If that's De Bruyne, if that's someone else like Bruno Fernandes, everyone's raving about it. It's in the newspapers for a week. Nothing will be said about the ball in. And as Antonio is our striker, as people keep telling me, it was literally a simple finish for him to just to tap it in, basically. Yeah, he's going to be a miss, Benrahma, but it's time for Vlasic to step up now and go and see what happens there. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I thought Rice played well. I thought Souček was bitty. I thought he played good in stages, but not like bitty. I thought Ben Johnson was playing really, really well. I do think that. I know he got a yellow card, but from what I was listening to on the TV, they said it ain't an injury. It's like take him off, give him a rest, and put Ahmed Masuaku on. Now, if that is the case, and there is no injury, and he's just done that to give Ahmed Masuaku a game. I'm sorry, boys, but you got that wrong, mate, massively. Even though we've won the game, we could have lost. We could have drew that game. Or we could have even lost that game. If they would have scored early, we would have folded like a flipping deck of cards. It was shocking. It was shambolic. Do you know what I mean? Like to fall away that fast. And let's be honest, as fans, and I like talk facts, right? Because that's what I deal in facts. But let's be real now. If they score that goal 10 minutes earlier, yeah, we are under pressure massively because they were coming. They had 4 strikers on the pitch at one stage, and they was pushing us back and back. But for how bad it ended at the end, and for how much pressure we done, we got the W, as Jay Wood says, and it's a great win at Palace because it's a tough place to go. We last couple of seasons we've managed to get wins at Palace, and before that I remember seeing West Ham get absolutely hammered at Palace before and get nothing. But I must admit we caught them at a good time. We go into a little break now for the FA Cup, and then we've got Leeds back in the league at the LS, so it's we've got a nice little spell. But there's a but here. David Moyes signed some players, mate. I don't want no excuses now. The window is now officially open. Go out and get a left back. If someone is telling me we can't find a left back on this planet that is better than Arthur Masuaku on loan, I'm sorry, but you're deluded. You're mad. You're mad because he is not good enough, and you can't keep allowing someone who's not good enough playing games and possibly costing us points. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to roll into the chat before I'm done. Let's have a look. Let's see what everyone's opinion is. Right, what we got here? We've got Jazza. Masuaku doing the complete opposite to what he usually does. Instead of backing off, he kept getting far too close to his man, time and time again, getting skinned. Yeah, I agree. You missed Diop ducking for the first goal. If he's ducking for the first goal, like you said, not as I was going through it, it's embarrassing. He's a centre half. He's ducking the ball. Not good enough, I'm afraid. Really ain't. Diop can't concentrate for 90 minutes. Pretty bang on there. Do you know what I mean, Matt? I don't understand it. Like, this is his moment to sort of embrace West Ham now. Like, you want to go with Zuma, right? And when Zuma comes back, I was looking at a partnership. I'm sorry, mate, you're just not good enough. Easy, you're just not good enough, mate. You've either got 2 options. You either got to shape up right now, because we need you right now, or you're going to be shipped out. I don't think he'll go in the January window. I really don't, unless we buy 2 defenders. But this summer coming in 2022, he won't be here, and I'd have money on that all day long. Diop was getting bullied in the air by someone half his size because the man doesn't jump to head the ball. Yeah. One thing what Jazza says, and I do make Jazza right on this, is there's no aggression in Issa Diop. When you've got a centre half, you want him to be rugged and have a bit of aggression. When he's in the air, you want basically the strikers be scared of him. He couldn't scare anyone, mate. Trust me. Which is sad, really, because I think there's a player in there, but I just don't think he's cut out for it in the Prem. I really do mean that. What we got? Why bring Noble on when I think that as when we have Krell? I think it was the right call to bring Noble on, mate, because he would have got them all together and said to them, calm down, and he would have done the right things. I think to bring Krell on in that situation, it might not have worked out, in my opinion. I'll tell you what we've got: Leeds and Norwich next. But those games have been no illusion. If Moyes wins in those games and doesn't sign defenders, we will get turned over by Man United in February. We need centre halves. There's no choice about it, mate. We can't keep playing like this with them two at the back. That's for certain. What else have we got here? Dawson is good for a backup. He says still holds transfer value, so we should sell. Yeah, I if someone said to me right now, you can go and collect a car out of Marseille, and we could do a swap deal right now with him and Issa, I'd do it. If you'd have asked me 6 months ago, summer, I said not a chance. I said I want collect a car with Issa. I just don't believe. I just don't believe Issa's good enough, mate. He's all over the place. They're looking at each other, and they both make each other look bad. Dawson and Issa today, they really do. What else we got here? Interesting how least effective attacking player in Bowen has been the best player recently. Yeah, he was quiet today, Bowen, but because he's quiet, everyone else sparkled into life, like Lanzini. I thought Ben Rama was quiet, but you've got to give Benny credit. That ball he puts in is world-class ball. Listen, it's a world-class ball. Right? I'm not going to say it might blow smoke up Ben Rama's arse and say, you know what, he was amazing today. He was good. He was decent. He wasn't masterclass, but that ball he puts in is world-class. It's a world-class ball. Just literally on the feet of the striker. And Antonio should not miss them, even though he possibly could do sometimes. What we got here? Great to get the W. Defence bottled it in the last 10 minutes. Yeah, we was all over the place, Jay Woods. Honestly, mate, I could not believe what I was watching. I literally, like, things were getting thrown around in this room. I was like, what the heck is going on here? Like, we're comfortable for 75 minutes of that game. We had them under control. They was having chances and pressure, but I thought we had them contained. And then Arthur Mazuaku gets booked. They know that. They bring Elise on, run at him, and then we're all over the place. Absolutely all over the place. Let's have a look. He got FIFA's off. No worries, mate. You take care of yourself. Is investment needed for sure? At least four players we need in this window, and that's no joke. We need a left back, we need a centre half, we need a striker, and I actually think we might even need another centre half, because if one of them get injured, then who are we going to put back there? So, do you know what I mean? Alex says Mazuaku and Diop must go. Mazuaku definitely. I feel like David Moyes at the minute when it comes to Arthur Mazuaku, in my opinion, towards Issa Diop. I'm like, give him benefit of the doubt. Sorry, mate. Issa, what the fuck are you doing, mate? And like, what is going on with you? It really is. Do you know what I mean? Shambolic is the word. James, do you think we personally spend in this window with big signs or not spend a lot? I don't care how much we spend as long as we bring in the right players. We have to bring in the right players at this club for us to progress. We've got Europa League, we've got FA Cup, and we've got Premier League. We are 1 point off a top four. Now, the ambition should be, let's progress now. Right? Let's get a couple of these players out who are earning a living, doing not a lot. Right, let's be honest. Like Yarmolenko, Mazuaku, etc. Even Ryan Fredericks, for instance, and go and get in a left back. Right, we've got 4 right backs at our club. You know what I mean? Come on, like Ashby, Johnson, Kafal. Do you know what I mean? Fredericks. We don't need 4 right backs. I'm sorry, but let's go and get rid of these players and give Moyes the money to strengthen the team, please. Tarkovsky 7 million is a no-brainer. The more I look at it, the more I think it's a bargain. if I'm honest, because when I look at the pair of them, I think Tarkowski, not very pacey defender, but he's solid. He's a solid defender, and he's an upgrade on the pair of them. And you know what? I try at my best to give Issa the credit sometimes. Right, when he has good games, I think, you know what? Yeah, I can see something there. He just don't have no good games in the Prem. I'm sorry, I can't remember the last time he had a really decent game in the Premier League where he was like masterclass. Yeah, he played some good balls over the top last season for Jesse to run onto, but I want him to defend. Like, what people understand is when they look at defenders, I want me defenders to defend first before they attack. After Masuaku attacks first before he can defend. Don't want that. Desperately need another striker. Antonio's walking around again, second half. I'm not going to knock Antonio on that one, though, mate. And I will be the first one to say if he's bad or not. But Antonio done it. It's not so much Antonio today. It's Masuaku coming on at half time. It's the two centre halves. Even Souček was a little bit all over the gaff in the second half. First half, he was okay. He was decent. Second half, he's all over the place. But it's a but here. When you've got people who can't defend, then we're going to concede goals, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So it's as simple as that. Let's make the Saudi 7 million for Diop and Masuaku. No, it won't happen, mate. Lanzini's first goal was filth. Yeah, it was, mate. I must admit. I've got to be honest. Listen, I've been doing the YouTube game for a little while, and I've started this last year, right? And basically, people in the summer will turn around and say that Lanzini, Anderson, and Yarmolenko need to go. Lanzini's done his time. This, that, and the other. Blah, 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 blah. The injury hasn't made him. He's not the same player after the injury, basically. And every sort of game, he sort of comes back. Every sort of game and a half, he's sort of there. The last three games, quickly, Southampton, he was poor. Watford, he was very good. Today, he was masterclass. He was decent today. He was very, very class today, Manuel Lanzini. Takes the penalty, scores that first goal, which is like top class finish. Do you know what I mean? This boy only scores decent goals. He doesn't score any crap goals. Do you know what I mean? Is he the future? No, not for me. I think we need to be looking better than Lanzini. But for now, he's doing a great job for us. It really is. Can I see him here next season? No. I think he goes in the summer. I think this is his last season. I think when Mark goes, I think he'll go and all. And he will go back to Argentina. But I'll tell you what, he's been a great player for us. Loyal servant. He scored some memorable goals that we will never forget, Manuel Lanzini. And for me, today was one of them decent goals that we will always remember. Moving on to this. I wasn't impressed with Coletta Carr in the Euros, to be honest. Tarkowski available for 7 million. British left-sided Premier Ready's only deal we should go for as a centre-back wise. I like Coletta Carr, mate. I can't admit. I think Coletta Carr's a talented individual. I think he's solid. I think he's made for the Premier League. Not knocking Tarkowski, but Tarkowski's in a team where they get hammered all the time, and they're known for being a defensive-minded team. They concede goals after goals. I think for 7 million, he's decent, but what's the future? Because you've got Zuma, and who partners Zuma in the future? I think if you had Coletta Carr and Zuma, that's a great partnership, in my opinion. Cabal signing Wednesday, according to club insiders. Well, if he is, mate, great, because we need a striker at this club. Glad I caught COVID. Could have caught something a lot worse if I was in the away end today. Yeah, I must admit. With Leeds and Norwich next, could we see the return of the 3-0 curse? No. The only thing I will say on that is we need Pablo Fornals back as soon as possible. We need, obviously, Benny goes now, so he ain't going to be back till middle of February, I think it is. So we've got to sort of get round it. What we have got to do, though, is we have got to get a left back in this club. Right? No mucking about. Just go out and get a left back. It is not hard, right? And I keep seeing people saying, "Oh, we'll put such and such there." I thought Ben Johnson played all right today. I really did. I thought Ben done pretty well. really in the first half. I don't understand why he got subbed. I really don't. To bring off Masuaku on, that makes no sense to me. But we need a left back. That's the first thing. Like, if I don't see a left back at this club in this window, I don't know what they're doing. Like, because we've needed a left back for the last 2 years, and we've still got half Masuaku here. Shocking. Diop has been here for a while. He hasn't progressed. Yeah, he's been here since Pellegrini era, mate. And he's another one who just hasn't gutted, really. I don't think he's here in the summer. What we got here? I remember saying a year ago, I never want to see Masuaku in a back four ever again. Yeah, I'm seeing it time and time again. Cresswell's injury is no excuse. Totally agree, Jezza. Totally agree, mate. For me, I don't understand it. We all know, as fans, anyone who's got half a brain knows that this man can't defend. But David Moyes gets paid a wage from West Ham United Football Club as the manager of the club, and he still keeps putting him in, and we still keep conceding goals. And it's always on his side. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't take a rocket scientist to work it out. It really don't. What else we got? Jason, Masuaku and Diop should never play together. Both useless. Who's the worse player, though? That's the question. Isa's played well in some games. I can't remember the last time Masuaku has played a decent game where someone could go, he's a 7, 8 out of 10. He's had a solid, good game, all-round game. Isa's played good games in the Europa League. I remember a game in Zagreb with Zuma. It was decent. He played against Genk at home. He was decent. It was, like, do you know what I mean? I don't remember the last time Masuaku had a good game. Do you know what I mean? So that's an interesting one. I think you've discussed that yourselves. Did you know it was the same referee today as Watford last minute change? Right next to the handball and gave nothing yet. Again, I ain't moaning about the refs today, mate. I think they've done us a favour. That's a great point, James. I haven't considered the Burnley getting battered weekly part. Listen, Tarkowski, if he was a decent player, he wouldn't be at Burnley, mate. That's the only thing I will say on that. All right, West Ham have to go out and spend money. I keep seeing on different platforms and all that, and people saying, "Oh, well, we don't spend money." Well, how about fucking spending some money now? Do you know what I mean? If you can go and give 100 million plus to Pellegrini, you can go and give 60, 70 million plus to David Moyes. You can't keep blaming COVID because the fans are back. We've got money through the investor now. There's no excuses now. Go out and get a left back, right? And I called for Rico Henry a few years ago. Nothing, right? I've called for other players. Me and Scott have called for players over the years, right? Nothing. Do you know what I mean? I don't understand it, and there's no excuses now. We're 1 point from fourth, and if we were going to act like a big club, we've got to spend like a big club. Arsenal are in that position because they spent 130 million, and they've bought in quality that's working together and gelling. Well, we've got Craig Dawson, who's a backup. They've got Issa Diop, who can't defend. And you've got Arthur Masuaku, who needs to be dropped off at an airport. As simple as that. Ben Johnson for subs because he couldn't sell his Spider-Man ticket. Even everyone, hope we are well. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, Lucas. I'll be in touch. Hammer's News say an insider's broken the news. Also, Diop needs to be off in the summer. I agree, mate. I really do. I've discussed it previous. Diop's run of form has been beyond dreadful. I want him to succeed so bad. Dylan says, "Hi, James. Great win. Great win, mate. Nerve-wracking win. I think we'll get the PSG bloke and West Ham 5-goal thriller of the season. 5th one, entertainers. Yeah, we are the entertainers, mate, but I don't fancy having an heart attack in New Year's Day. I really don't. And that's it. That's it from the comments. That's it. Going to be it from me. My final thought is this, mate. It's a great first half, shocking second half. We can't keep doing that, though. Like, we can't keep allowing teams to just come back into games. because it ain't going to work. Do you know what I'm saying? If we keep doing that, we ain't going to get nowhere. I want to see spend now. The window is open, right? Get your money out, GSB and Daniel. Time to spend some money. Do you know what I mean? We've got good players in our ranks, and if you want to keep these good players like Jared Bowen, Declan Rice, etc., get players around them who can make them better. Do you know what I mean? Arthur Mazawaku, I'm sorry, mate. You've been here a long time. You've done your time now. It's time to move on. Issa, I keep persisting with you, mate, but you've just let us down. Just let us down. And I don't know what he needs. I think he needs a fresh challenge, really, or maybe a move away from the club. Craig Dawson is what he is. He's a £2.2 million purchase from Watford, a relegated Watford last year. So we need to go out and we need to spend money in the right areas to get the right investment to strengthen this team. I don't want to see these players coming in just for half a job or just half a signing, basically. Just go and sign them just for the sake of, because we need someone. If you want to keep Kirk Zuma here, get a decent centre half next to him. Do you know what I mean? Because when you look at Kirk Zuma, that's a great signing. Yeah, West Ham should be going out and buying 2 Kirk Zumas. That's what we should be doing, because we're a big club. We're in a 60,000 plus seat stadium. We've got the best fans in the world. We travel with this club home and away. It's time to spend some money. Our owners, do you know what I mean? Because all the fans spend money on merchandise, tickets, home and away, travel, expenses, everything. That time you spend some money on all. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, good 3 points. Next week, FA Cup, Leeds away. Leeds at home, sorry, not away. Double header, Leeds at home in the Cup and Leeds at home in the league. Tough. It's going to be tough. They're going to be up for it, but they've got injuries galore, and we will see where we're at and go from there. So anyway, that is enough from me. I'll be back at 9 o'clock. We'll be doing the player ratings with Mitchell and possibly saying in the evening tonight with the American-based Hammers. I really do appreciate everyone who's been watching tonight. Thank you for the support through 2021. New year now, and new ideas I've got coming to this channel, because I'm going to try and push this channel hard this year, right, with everything I can do. And finally, Happy New Year to everyone. I really do mean that. New year, new start, new beginnings, and yeah, we will see where we're at come May. Anyway, that's enough from me. Take care. All the best. 3 points. Vintage first half. Shambolic second half. But we got there in the end. Take care. And that's not gunshots. That's fireworks, because we've won. All the best. Bye for now.